This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing and Clearview Sewer Cams. We're at 6525 Petit Avenue, Van Nuys, California, performing a video sewer inspection through the roof vent, through a 3-inch roof vent. This is our roof vent right in front of us. Just going to wipe our camera lens down a little bit. Okay. And this is our roof line. This is the garage area. And big tree in front. Very large tree. So we're going to begin running our camera. We're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening so we get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're going to begin running down our vent. We transition toward the bottom to cast iron. A little bit of a sweep there. And now at 17 feet 6 inches on the camera monitor, we transition to vitreous clay. So we're going to mark this area on the way back when we go down. A little bit of root intrusion coming in from the back. A little bit of root intrusion in the next joint. Pretty good offset. Here we have a major offset, major separation. Pretty large root intrusion at the top. Major offset as well. We're hitting the face of that. We'll have to jump over it a little bit. I'm making a turn. Another pretty big offset. Minor offset there in that joint. Another pretty major offset here, it looks like. And there's a crack in that section of piping as well. It's going to continue to run out. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint, we got a pretty large offset. You can see the whole face of the pipe on the right hand side, but you can't see any of the face of the pipe on the left. Then we come down and make a turn. We got another pretty large offset and a break in the pipe. See where it's broken there, right back behind the face of the pipe. It's cracked, and pretty large offset right there. That's at 36 feet out. We'll get down, we'll mark these areas after. That joint appears to be in pretty fair condition. That joint appears to be in pretty fair condition. A little bit of a gap on that left side. Looks like it's chipped out. It's broken right there. A section of it, but no root intrusion, no major break. The joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition, and now we have a major separation, major offset, major root intrusion right here. And that's at 64 feet. Push through. Another major root intrusion here, 68 feet. Pretty large offset at the top there. Making a turn. Turn, and now we're just going to run out a little bit, double check this, see if that was the city sewer at about 80 feet. We're just going to run out about 20 and then we'll come back, make it a turn, and there we're dropping into the city sewer right here. So that was The turn right there is where the city lateral started, and that's part of the homeowner's responsibility. So right here we're in the city sewer. See where our camera's dangling, and we're going to go locate this area real quick. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we've marked this area out in the street by the water meter on Petit Avenue at approximately 7 foot 8 inches deep. We're going to begin pulling back. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint's just got some concrete slag in the joint. No problem there. The joint appears to be in fair condition. Same thing with that joint, minor offset, just concrete slag. No real problem there. A little bit of a larger offset there, but no major break, no major problem right there. Right here we got a large crack. Got a large crack in the face of that pipe, and it's offset quite a bit. You can see the entire face of that pipe. It's kind of hard to see because we're in the turn, and then the next joint as well is offset quite a bit. So we're going to go locate this area. Pause for a moment. Okay, we marked this area right by the sidewalk on Petit Avenue, over by the water meter. Large offset and a crack in the pipe. We're going to keep pulling back. Another smaller offset, not terrible. Now we're coming back toward the house, coming back toward the corner of the house. Very large root intrusion. So we're going to mark this area real quick. Okay, we've marked this area in the front yard on the Petit side with an orange flag at 3 foot 7 inches deep. We have roots in that joint, about 30% restricted. Now we're coming up. That joint appears to be okay. We have major obstruction, and this is a major separation and offset in this joint. So we're going to mark this area. Okay, we marked this area in the front yard on the Petit side with an orange flag at 2 foot 3 inches deep. We're going to continue to pull back. Very large root intrusion. You've got about 60% restriction there. Got a large crack in that piping right before the joint, minor offset. No root intrusion in there at this time. Coming back toward the house, that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint just has that chip up at the top, but no root intrusion, no major break. Joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint has a crack in the face of it right there, but not terrible, no major break and no major root intrusion. But the next joint, we have some pretty large root intrusion and a major offset. So we're going to stop. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we marked this large offset and roots at 2 foot 11 inches deep in the front yard, pretty close to the house. We marked it with an orange flag underneath a cypress bush, between the cypress bush and the large tree. So we're going to continue to pull back. Another large offset right back behind it too. I'm just going to keep pulling back. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Cracking that pipe right there. You can see it from about the 11 o'clock area down to about the 7 o'clock area. Not terrible though, no major root intrusion at this point. That joint appears to be in fair condition, minor offset. Making a turn now, coming back in toward the house. A little bit of water standing there. That joint wasn't in terrible condition. Pretty good offset and separation right there, but I think that's right back behind where our clean out would go all the way to that joint. We're going to mark this area right here for potential clean out. Okay, we marked this area at 1 foot 8 inches deep where the transition is. We have this large offset and where the transition is. Probably would be good to go all the way out to this point and replace it to that connection, which is right by the driveway. Straight out, follow it out. We're going to continue to pull back. We're at about 2 feet deep right there. There's going to be quite a bit of roots in that area, but it can be excavated and put the clean out in there. We're going to continue to pull back now. We're going to pull up our roof vent and conclude our sewer inspection. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.